Okay, here's the finished shower. If you'll notice the center lines here, they are not even. The top line is to the right of the bottom line. Now we come up to the top tile here. You can see they're off. The top tile is positioned to the left of the center and bottom tile. And we've got some rather large gaps here in the grout. There's one right there that's particularly pronounced. And the other thing that's bothersome is to fix this corner here, they simply put glaze on it. There was red tile showing and they simply put glaze on it. The most worrisome part of the tile job is every time we come into the bathroom, which is like this, we'll walk into the bathroom, the first thing we see is a corner area where the tile was not put in evenly. You can see this right here. I mean, this should be coming to a corner and it doesn't come to a corner, and that's bothersome. These aren't so bad up here. This is, I can accept this, I can accept this, that's not bad. But this corner here, this is the one you'd be looking at all the time. And this is particularly bothersome. These are a little less off down here, but it looks like he got a little off at the bottom, and then as he went north, the tiles got a little even further off. But this one here is the worst, and this is the one we definitely would want to have fixed, because that's very bothersome. You can see it's a little further. There's some tiles that are off here. You can see that one's off there, and when you get over here you can see that one's off. And what's bothersome here, as I said before, is the grout line on the top is to the right of the grout line on the bottom. In addition, the grout line here on the right, you can see how this is off here. You can see the grout line on the top there is much shallower than the grout line on the bottom. And we come down here and you can see this one's off a little bit, not as much as some of the others. But then you come over to this side and you say, this tile line here at this point is shallow. It's thicker here, and then it's thinner here and thicker here. So he mispositioned these two tiles right here. But once again, this is bothersome because the tile here, as you can see, I mean, why couldn't that be a straight line? And then of course, it's like that way all the way over to the end. And as you get to the very end here, you can see the bottom tile line is to the right of the top one, and then all these other ones here are fine. There are a couple of areas on the ceiling here like this where it didn't come to the center, and right there it's off a little bit. And you can see right here it's also off a little bit, and there it's off a little bit, but it's certainly not the type of work that I expect from BC Tile. And you can see right here it's off a little bit, and then off a little bit there. But this one here is very pronounced. Right here. This is quite a a gap, and I don't know if he did that to make up for what happened on the bottom. I suspect that's what happened, but that's probably the biggest grout line on the tile side. And the edge trim, I would not expect that to be even. I expect that to, because the pieces aren't the same size. But I mean, take a look at this. I mean, here's how they fixed the corner piece. They said, well, we cracked it there, so we'll just put glaze on the corner, and you'll just have to accept that. And that is certainly not acceptable. Once again, here's some other points that it just doesn't come to the center. You can just, I mean, it's just off by so much. And they started from scratch. I mean, they had it down to the studs, so you wonder why it's off by that much. I mean, look at that one. That's off. And then this is the one we worry about once again, is that this is the one you look at when you walk into the shower. And this is the one you'd have to look at all the time. And that's bothersome. So that's basically the shower.